Good morning. So this is going to be a very raw, real, unscripted video around what I'd like to call the anatomy of success in the human mind. And this is exactly what's going to show you the difference between highly successful people and how they can achieve success, sometimes effortlessly, quickly. And while you sit down, you work, you focus, you do, you create, but things just don't add up. Things just don't make sense. Even when you invest money, even when you get coaching, even when you get consulting, you still feel like things are not aligning. You don't get where you want to be. You don't get to the goal that you want to achieve. And some people will tell you it's about hard work. It's not. Some people will tell you it's about the discipline. It's not. Some people will tell you that it's about the strategy. It's not. And I'm going to prove it in this video. Those things have their place. Those things work. But it's not the reality. If you don't fix the thing that I'm going to show you right now, everything else that you try externally will just not work like you'd want it to be. So, let me first tell you a story. The story is fresh out of the oven because it happened literally this week with me. So I have two people buy one of my evergreen programs, which is a $47 program that help you get inbound leads and install our inbound lead system within your business within just 4 days, pretty much. So you buy it, you learn it, you study it, you implement it, and you start getting inbound leads. Uh, Two people with the same niche, literally, same niche, same market, same circumstances, got their hands on it. And even one of those people had better circumstances than the other. So one of the people that got their hands on it had an already more developed business. He was more affluent in his business. He knew more of his target audience. He was already working with a couple of people making $4,000 or $5,000 a month, while the other person was working with two clients. He was making approximately $2,000 a month. So even one of the people was kind of more successful than the other. And by the way, this I'm not even making that up. Like, I'm thinking about their names as I'm saying it, but of course I'm not going to disclose their names. Full transparency, full respect to everyone. Anyway, they took the program, they bought it. I checked up on them, and when I checked up on them, I had two different responses. One of them was like, Arnold, this information is amazing. I love it. But honestly, I'm not getting results, Arnold. I'm stuck. Uh, I don't know what's wrong with my offer. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with what I'm doing. Um, I know that I'm good, but things are not working. Things are not aligning. The second person was like, Arnold, this is amazing. I'm getting inbound leads. I signed on new clients. Uh, I'm serving my clients better. And this second person referred back someone to me already. Can you guess who's the person who got the results versus the person who didn't get the results and is always stuck? The person who got the results was the person who was less fortunate with his circumstances. The person who didn't get the results was the person who had more clients, who had the money, who had everything. And that was very interesting to look at. That was very interesting to see two people going through the same experience. One person, you might look at him and you might think that this person is more even fortunate or has more foundations to get the results. And even with that, two experiences, two of the same people, the same market, one got the results and the other didn't. And it's very interesting to see that happening again and again in every market. One person works and what things just work for him. Things make sense for him. He gets results. He moves the needle forward in his business. He gets client. He loses weight. He reignites his relationships versus another person who always seems to be struggling. So I was like, interested. I want to know more. I want to know more. Why? Like how? How is that working? Why did someone get results versus the other person didn't? So I messaged this guy and I was like, hey, X, I'm not gonna say his name. Can you tell me more about your experiences? Like, what happened with you? What have you already been through? And he was like, Arnold, I've already invested $13,000 in coaching, and yet I only learned life lessons from those $13,000. And this is immediately where it stuck with me. It wasn't about the strategies. This guy already invested $13,000 in coaching. Like, if you've invested $13,000 in coaching and you didn't get anything out of them other than life lessons, my friend, the problem isn't the strategy, the system, the thing that you've learned. The problem is you. And this is where I'm going to dive a bit deeper into it, but stick with me for a second, because I'm going to share with you how you can break through like this. And I don't make those promises usually, because usually it takes work, it takes effort. But I'm going to show you how you can break through effortlessly. But anyway, going back to the story, this guy invested $13,000, didn't get the results that he wanted. He was always just stuck, feeling overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to resonate with his audience, versus the other person who just took a $47 program, loved it, experienced amazing breakthroughs, got clients out of it, referred people to my business. What's the difference? What's the difference? Again, we're back at the same question. Like, why would someone invest so much money, time, and effort, and yet doesn't get results, versus someone who's like experiencing the same things but breaks through? What's the big difference? And this takes me back to a quote that I love, and I'm actually going to pull it up right now. This quote is from the book No, it's not even Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's from the book. One second, let me just find the name of the book. Think and Grow Rich. Sorry, man, but by the way, just I read a lot of shit, so I really don't remember the things where I read them from. So this usually happens. Anyway, in the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill says something. There's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. There's a difference between wishing, you wish for something, and be ready to receive that thing. There's a big difference. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. Until he believes he can acquire it. There's another quote, and I'm going to explain it in a second. The level of success you achieve is only based on the level of belief you think you deserve. So the level of success you achieve is only based on how much you believe you deserve success. Interesting concept. Let's look at multi-billionaires. Let's look at Elon Musk. Every time that Tesla was gonna go broke, Elon Musk was the person to resurrect it. What resurrected Tesla, if you think about it? Investors, money. Okay, great. But what really resurrected it? It was Elon Musk's belief in his ability to make Tesla successful. So he went out to investors. He was like, he was a go-getter. He was completely confident that he can make it happen. And people saw his confidence, even though the numbers didn't add up. Tesla was gonna go broke. It was a fucking cash drainer for years. Tesla was gonna go broke, but his belief in making Tesla successful is what allowed him to go out to multi-billionaires, generate multi-billions in investment to keep it going. And now look at Tesla where it is. So it's not the strategy, it's not the methodology, it's not the process, it's your belief around the thing. And how much you believe that you can make it happen, and how much you believe that you can be successful. That's the difference between the guy who took the program and got like mind-blowing results. Like he paid $47 and by now most probably he's generating thousands of dollars. That's a big ROI in my opinion. Versus someone who's invested $13,000 in other programs and still didn't get results. Can you see? It's your belief. How much do you believe you want to be successful? And think about it and don't lie. Because you're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself. Don't lie. How much do you believe you deserve success? Think about it for a second. Really think about it for a second. Because if you think about it, it's comfortable. It's comfortable being the person who's struggling. It is. It's comfortable being the person who is trying to make it work, but it's not working. Because if it's working, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. Making a lot of money comes with a lot of responsibilities. Trust me, I know. I know. I make a lot of money, and it comes with a shit ton of responsibilities. It does. So it's comfortable being this person who's trying to make it, telling people, yeah, I'm working. Things are not working yet, but they're gonna work one day. It's comfortable being this dreamer. It's comfortable. It is. And this is why you're stuck. Because it is comfortable. If it's not comfortable, you wouldn't be stuck. You wouldn't be stuck. And by the way, this is not just for people who are barely trying to make it. No, 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 no. I have one of my clients. He works with high achievers pretty much. He works with people who are averaging around $4,000 to $7,000 a month. And he works on their self-sabotaging behaviors. He told me one very interesting thing. By the way, he worked, just to give you some background, he worked with over 250 clients. He has a lot of data, over a lot of people that he worked with. And he told me one very interesting thing. He was like, Arnold, do you know that there's a pattern between all of those people that keeps them stuck in their income? And I told him what? So, by the way, guys, if you don't know, I'm gonna set this up so we can actually draw on it. I love blackboards, I love chalk, so I'm gonna set it up in a way that is very sexy. But anyway, that's besides the point. I wanted to draw right now, but I don't have the chalk with me. So I want you to imagine, use your imagination now. He was like, Arnold, everyone has a bottom, so a floor and a ceiling. Everyone has a bottom and a ceiling. And he told me, every person's income is just a fluctuation between the bottom and the ceiling. He was like, the people that I work with, when they make $7,000, $8,000, they're very close to make the $10,000. It hits their ceiling, and then they start finding ways of sabotaging themselves. They start finding ways of spending that money. They start finding ways of wasting money. So then they drop back down. And when they drop back down, they drop to $4,000, $3,000, $2,000, and then it's like they're at the bottom. They're like, oh, no, we can't stay there. So they then start to go back up. They make offers, they do whatever. They go back up, and then they hit the ceiling, and then they go back down. And their entire business journey is just a diagram, pretty much, of them hitting the floors and the ceilings, the floors and the ceilings. This even happens with people who are making $50,000 a month. Their floor can be 30, their ceiling can be 30. And you're always associating between the floor and the ceiling, and the floor and the ceiling. And the funny thing about that is that your ceiling is always your belief in your ability to make it happen. So, do you believe that you can make $100,000 a month? Do you believe it? Don't tell me, oh yeah, I know that I can make it. No. Do you truly believe it? If I put a gun to your head and I tell you, give me the reality, can you make $100,000 a month? Do you believe it? Do you really believe it? Think about that. If you don't really believe it, then you'll have a ceiling that's always there. And you're always gonna come up, drop back down, come up, drop back down. The same thing with clients. Do you really believe that you are worth to generate more clients? You are actually worth to generate those clients. Do you believe it or no? Conviction, confidence, belief, that's where it all happens. Conviction, confidence, belief. It's so funny. Two people going through the same fucking experience. Same experience. One of them skyrocketed his results versus the other person who's still struggling. Conviction, belief. Do you believe you're worthy of success? Do you believe you're worthy of success? And there was one time. First, let me drink some coffee. There was a study made, which is what is the predicament of successful people, and the thing that the most common between successful people is their zip code. And a lot of people are like, yeah, if you're born in a rich neighborhood, you're gonna meet rich people, and because you meet rich people, you get rich. That's part of it, yeah, of course. But there's another part of it that people don't talk about. The person who are born in a rich neighborhood, they don't know anything else. To them, their identity is rich. They have the identity of rich. Anything else doesn't fit into their belief system. And that's why they become so successful. Because it's their identity, it's their belief. They have been born and they have been brought up around this belief that money is easy to come by, that money is not scarce, that money comes in abundance and comes in flow. So what do? They go and get it in abundance and in flow. It's not about, oh, your house is on that lake. No one cares about that lake. It's the belief that you are born in. It's the disciplines that you adopt since you were young that allow you to create that. So belief is at the core of everything. High self-worth, high belief in yourself. Think about it. High self-worth, such a deep and powerful principle. High self-worth. Imagine you go to a multi-billionaire, you talk to him, do you think he's gonna, I don't know, maybe, I'm not very confident in that. He's like, no, we do this, we don't do that. Let's go get this, let's stop getting that. Let's focus on this, let's stop focusing on that. Even look at scammers. Even look at this guy who, I don't know what he did with this the Bitcoin company. I forgot. I'm not a very big crypto guy. I'm a watch guy. I buy a lot of watches, not crypto, fundamentally. He scammed, I don't know how many billions of dollars. But when he was talking, he had so much high self-worth. He believed in the thing that he was talking about. He had so much conviction around it that he was able to scam so many people. So the thing that makes scammer is always the thing that makes scammers is also the thing that makes people successful. It's the belief. The power of belief, my friend. The power of belief it's that powerful. The power of high self-worth, it's that powerful. I'm gonna end with a small example from a private client of mine. Hopefully that clarifies for you how you can implement what we just talked about. So I have a client of mine who went on to make one of his highest income months, but then he dropped back down. And he sabotaged himself pretty much. He stopped doing the actions that he was doing. He stopped generating the results that he was generating because he fundamentally didn't believe in what he was selling. So rather than creating some crazy marketing strategy, some whatever it is, we sat down with him and we realigned himself. We realigned him with his work. Okay. He also did a lot of inner work by himself, fundamentally. So I'm not gonna take all of the credits for it. He realigned himself with his work. He realigned himself with his program, with his beliefs around his program. And then he created one simple, boring landing page. We fixed it up for him a little bit. If you look at it, there's zero sexiness. It's not sexy. It's not well designed. It's just basic, but he believed it. He believed every word he was writing. He believed every sentence that he put on this page. He believed every single thing that he implemented on this page. He believed every promise that he had told people that they're going to achieve on this page. And what do you think happened? What do you think happened? He made a YouTube video telling people to go to see that page. They went to see that page. 2 people bought his high ticket program. 20 people bought his low ticket program. 2 people bought one-off consultations with him. In 6 days, making it one of his most profitable weeks. He made, during just that week, around $6,000 in 1 week. Right now, most probably he's doing much more. I'll check up on him tomorrow. It's Sunday. I usually check up with my people on Sunday. What changed? Did he make it sexy? Did the strategies change? Did the marketing change? Nothing changed from that. Nothing. The only thing that changed is his belief around the thing that he was promising. And now if you go and sit down with him and you put a gun to his head and you ask him how much belief you have around the thing that you are selling, he tells you it is the best fucking thing that someone can buy if he wants to achieve this outcome. And he has so much self-worth and belief around this thing that he can market it with such a deep and high conviction that people buy it. And no business strategist will tell you that because they're all about the numbers and the data. And no acquisition coach will tell you that because they're all about the funnel and the marketing. Where in reality, all of that is sexy and it's good, but this is what makes the sexy things work. And without this, what we talked about right now, you will always find a way to sabotage your work.